Now I want to do cool NaNoWriMo plotting things. Unfortunately, because I live in the middle of nowhere, there are not a whole lot of NaNoWriMo people around here, and we don't have a municipal liaison in our area because of the fact that I'm in an elsewhere region. Yeah. But I don't really want to talk about NaNoWriMo exclusively today. I have another thing I have been thinking about for a while that has finally, come into its own and to a thought enough that I can actually voice it, talk about it in this video. I went up to dinner with a couple of 16-year-olds. It was a big group, and I kind of just sat at the kids' table because I wanted to hang out with the teenagers, because I feel like one most of the time. There was a conversation that happened towards the end of the dinner, which was a shame because I'd already drank 2/3 of the tumbler of margarita that they gave me. So I was a little bit, I wasn't tipsy, but I was not at the top of my game for talking about things. I was also very tired. That did not help. And I am sure you know very well, Lou, that I am proud of the fact that I'm kind of a screeching feminist. Yeah. Kids at the table, teenagers at the table, were talking about dancing and how girls will dance with each other if there's nobody around at the dances that they've been to, but it's not okay for dudes to dance together. And of course that's all very cis-normative, but whatever. My point is, aside from that, I don't mean to discount that, but that's not my point. Anyway, but it's interesting because one of the guys at the table was saying when two people are trying to lead at the same time, it doesn't work. And I said, so one of you needs to suck it up and follow. And then he proceeded to give me this thing about how the man is the head of the household or something, so it's wrong for him to follow instead of leading or something like that. I didn't really follow his logic very well. And coming at this from a feminist viewpoint, because I come at everything with a feminist viewpoint, what I said was that you think that following, doing the part of the girl, is demeaning because you think being a girl or being a woman is demeaning. And of course, the boys at the table got all up in arms because, no, I don't think that. I think women are fantastic, whatever. I'm not sexist, whatever. And what I did not have the words for at the time, and I wish I had, because the point I wanted to make was you might not consciously think that, but it is very, very difficult to break away from something society has ingrained in you. Society, this applies to a lot of different things. This applies to racism, this applies to sexism, this applies to ableism, all kinds of different stuff. You may not consciously think a certain way or realize it, but you have been marinating in this since infancy, in that viewpoint, and you can't really break away from it. It's not any personal failing, it's not really even any person's fault, it's just a fact. You have to fight against these things that are ingrained in you from birth practically, and you may not completely ever unlearn it all the way, but I think it's important to put a distinction between your automatic reaction and your secondary reaction, because your automatic reaction is kind of instinctive. You don't really have control over what you immediately think when you see or hear a certain thing. But then your secondary reaction is what defines you and defines your character, because if you automatically see someone of a certain gender or a certain race or whatever, and you go, there's an instinctive, you pull back, but then you automatically go, oh, no, I shouldn't be like that because this is another person. Then I feel like that says a lot more about your character than the fact that you had the initial reaction. I don't know if that makes sense. And I don't really know where I'm going with this video. But this is just something that I've been thinking about. It's in my soul, and now that I have the words for it, I wanted to project it out into something. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Lou, I have to tell you that I don't know what your punishment is yet. I am still conferring with some friends for ideas. I'm really bad at coming up with stuff like this on the fly. So, yeah. I guess I will let you know what that turns out to be on Tuesday, maybe? And I will see you tomorrow.